What is up, Ninja? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE Nintendo Switch and gaming news video. Today we have some more information like always. Already been a pretty good Tuesday despite some of the news being slow, but let's go ahead and get right into this. EB Games Canada's inventory system is listing a standalone neon pink / neon green Joy-Con release for January 5th. So in North America, the only way to get the neon pink / neon green Joy-Cons is by purchasing the Splatoon 2 Nintendo Switch bundle. However, that could be changing soon. Now, EB Games Canada's internal inventory system is listing a standalone release, so something to where you don't have to buy the Splatoon 2 bundle for the neon pink / neon green Joy-Cons for January 5th, and that would be pretty soon here, 3 days, Ninja. It'll be priced at $99.99 or $79.99 United States dollars. The same as the other Joy-Cons, so technically this date isn't officially confirmed, so if anything changes, we'll make sure to have an update video on this one. But yeah, it's interesting to see if they did release the Joy-Cons different colors, because I think that's one of the things that fans of the Nintendo Switch really want to see is more Joy-Con colors available for anyone to purchase, and individually from like the bundles that come out, because some people really purchased the Super Mario Odyssey bundle just so they can get those Joy-Cons for real, and they would sell the Switch system or whatever else that they wanted to do. So I do feel that Nintendo is going to release more colors and more options. I think that they were a bit limited when it comes to certain things just because they didn't know if this system was going to be an amazing success, and if your system isn't going to be an amazing success, you're not going to release a bunch of different colors and everything like that, because nobody will care if you do so. So now that we do know that the Switch is going to be a success, the momentum isn't going to be stopping anytime soon, I can see that Nintendo's going to release a lot of different Joy-Con combinations and colors. We've already gotten yellow, we've gotten the neon pink and green in terms of standalone. Hopefully that comes this year. I think we're going to see more with the red as far as Super Mario Odyssey. What else can we see? There is the rumored blue ones that could be coming as well. So the more Joy-Con colors, the better, but Nintendo obviously needs to be a little bit careful as far as how much they release, when they release them, promotion around certain games. I would think that if we do get the rumored blue Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, that will be around February, Bayonetta time, so we get those midnight blue type of Joy-Cons. I would be down to get some of those. If they were Bayonetta themed, that would be better, but I don't think they're going to be. I don't think Nintendo's really going to do any type of print on the Joy-Cons. I think they're just going to do colors that are inspired by certain games, so then you can technically repackage those same blue Joy-Cons or those red Joy-Cons with a different game that also has a blue or red theme. So I don't think Nintendo's actually going to put anything on them and then leave that to all of like the people who like PDP and all the people who put like the Joy-Con skins and stuff like that. They'll just leave that to them. So what do you guys think about the EB Games Canada listing? Are you looking to getting a new pair of Joy-Cons? Would you be interested in these green and pink ones here, Splatoon style? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the next article here, Brawlout has surpassed 50,000 players on the Nintendo Switch during its first 2 weeks. Now, this is according to the official Brawlout Twitter account, and here's what they had to say on the matter. Brawlout passed 50,000 players on Nintendo Switch in its first 2 weeks. Nintendo, and especially all of you brawlers out there, you're all amazing and we love every single one of you. Thank you, and expect tons more Brawl action coming your way in 2018. So this is great to see that Brawl has started off good on the Nintendo Switch for an independent Smash Brothers style game. You know, and one of the big things that people are waiting for with this one, and I think it'll get more sales, is once they actually patch the single player to where like there's not any frame skips, because that's the one thing that a lot of reviewers mentioned, and some people are waiting for that frame skip to be fixed because they like playing against the CPU and they don't want frame skips. And to be honest, that's the reason why I kind of stopped playing, just because when you're playing against the CPU and everything, it really does frame skip and it throws off your timing. And there's also needs to be some other stuff patched into the game. So I think once they get that patched in, maybe another character or two, more people are going to hop onto this one, because it isn't expensive at all. 20 bucks is not bad for the content that you even get in this game and what's in there. They just need to shore up a few things here and there. It's a solid Smash Brothers clone. I gave it a 7 out of 10 in my review. Make sure to check out my review if you haven't done so. link in the description below. And I think that Brawl can really have a nice community on the Nintendo Switch, possibly by the year's end. Maybe they hit 100,000, 150,000. It's definitely possible with the $20 price point. So it's really good to see independent developers having a lot of success on the Nintendo Switch. We recently got word that Enter the Gungeon, that game actually crossed 75,000 copies sold in its first 2 weeks on sale. We also have sales numbers for games like Shovel Knight, in addition to Fast RMX crossing 100,000 units on the Nintendo Switch. So independent developers are having a field day on the Nintendo Switch when it comes to sales, and we're just going to see better and better sales going forward, because I think Nintendo Switch is the ideal platform for independent developers in order to sell their games. So what do you guys think about Brawlout passing 50,000 players on the Nintendo Switch in its first 2 weeks? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the final article here, the War of Genesis 2 will be getting a remake on the Nintendo Switch that uses Unreal Engine 4. And the War of Genesis 2 is a Korean SRPG that was released back in the late 90s by Softmax. Now this remake, it used to be on Unity, and now it's being shifted over to Unreal Engine 4. Another thing is that this remake was planned for the Vita, and apparently it's only coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now what we don't know, or what is kind of unclear, I guess it's still coming to the Vita, but the Vita isn't natively supported by Unreal Engine 4, and I don't know if this company is going to be porting over Unreal Engine 4 themselves. Are they going to be leaving the Unity version of it? It doesn't seem that way. Now originally they were going to have the game ready to play, or at least show off, I guess in 2018, maybe even launch them, but they wanted to delay it because of the system change in terms of the engine, more like it. Sorry about that. More of the engine change. They wanted to delay it to 2019, so we won't be seeing this game, or we won't be playing it at least until 2019. But because of the engine change and because they wanted to polish the game up and make it better, that's the reason why it's been that's the reason why it's coming 2019. And if they're using Unreal Engine 4 based on what they had before in terms of the original, the War of Genesis 2, I mean, this is going to be a huge project for them, and it's going to look a lot different from the original game. So like I said, it might still be coming to Vita. I'm not sure about that, because it just doesn't seem to me like they're going to be porting over Unreal Engine 4 to the Vita themselves. There aren't many games on Unreal Engine 4 when it comes to PS Vita, and there's only one game that I know of that's coming to PS Vita that uses Unreal Engine 4, and that is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and that needed an outside developer to port it over. Remember, the Wii U and the PS Vita versions were going to be ported over, basically Unreal Engine 4 themselves, and then the Wii U version got canceled. So the PS Vita version of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is the only game that I know of that uses Unreal Engine 4, and that game is still not out yet. Who knows if it's actually going to launch on the PS Vita as intended. Anything can change, but we have to wait and see on that one. So what do you guys think about this here? I think it's another cool strategy RPG coming to Nintendo Switch. Obviously it's some ways out, but it's good to see more third-party developers jump on, especially with the Nintendo Switch gaining popularity so fast. I think this is just going to be the one of many announcements, big and small, for the Nintendo Switch in 2018. And if anybody thought that this system was going to slow down, you just don't know how the industry works, especially when things are selling. Heck, if the Nintendo 3DS was still selling like 15-20 million units or whatever a year, then you better bet there'd be more developers that have hopped on. But the sales have slowed down a bit, so of course the production in terms of games will slow down, but developers will support what people are buying. That's how it's always worked when it comes to video game systems, and this is no different when it comes to Nintendo Switch. So I'm excited to see more opportunities for smaller developers in addition to bigger developers to get their games on the Nintendo Switch. And it's interesting when it comes to Unreal Engine 4 games, because we've had a number of them on the Nintendo Switch so far, to kind of shift the discussion over to the Unreal Engine 4, and we've seen some varying performance from certain games. So for example, stuff like Snake Pass on the Nintendo Switch was fantastic on Unreal Engine 4 on the Nintendo Switch. Then we've recently had games like Rhyme, which didn't perform very well on the Nintendo Switch at all, was unoptimized. But what we do know, based on what various developers have said, is that Unreal Engine 4 is very good for the Nintendo Switch. Like, you can plug it in there and it's been updated, and they're still continuing to work on it. So games are even going to get better in terms of optimization and development tools for the Nintendo Switch. So it's going to be interesting to see how they tackle this when it comes to the game, because we've seen some developers have a lot of success. Most developers who use Unreal Engine 4 on the Nintendo Switch had some success, but then we've had some failures here and there. But since they are delaying the game like we talked about, I do feel that it's going to be a little bit more quality, and it's a strategy RPG. So strategy RPGs are a bit different when you're talking about a game like Rhyme or a game like Snake Pass. So we'll see how it looks ultimately. I'm just happy that there's more RPGs on the Nintendo Switch, and we could potentially be experiencing that. Of course, looking forward in the future, 2019, because I think 2018 is going to be a huge year. So what do you guys think about this announcement of the War of Genesis 2 for the Nintendo Switch, moving over from Unity to Unreal Engine 4? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon and YouTube live gaming page to consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. Well, check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.